What's up guys? In this video I want to show you how to use wildcards and a cool little trick with CD. Now real quick I just want to show you what happens if you type CD with no arguments. So let's say I go to downloads, I'm in my downloads folder, maybe I'll make another directory dog, and then I CD into dog. Okay, so I'm currently in the folder downloads and dog. Now let's say I want to get back to my home directory. I can cd tilde and it'll bring me back there, or I can just cd with with nothing after it and it'll take me back to my home. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's go back to downloads. The other thing I want to show you was what's known as wildcard expansion. So there's this thing that you might have seen before. It's when people use the star in command line. And what that does is it matches any number of characters. It's a wildcard. Now, that might not make sense, but here's a little example. So for example, let's say I make a couple files. Folder 1, let's say file 1, file 2, touch file 2, and then touch file 3. And let's say I want to move all these files into dog. Dog is the directory we just made. So to do that, one way I could do it is I could say move file 1, move file 2, move file 3 into dog, like that. We do an ls dog, it moves everything in there. Another way to do this is by wildcard expansion. So if I do move dog / file star, what that does is it moves all files. I'm going to move it up a directory to this directory. So dot signifies the current directory, which is downloads or the current folder. So what this does is it moves all files to the current directory that meet this kind of basically string. And the string starts with file, and then any letters or words can go after it. So if I do that, now we can see file 1, file 2, file 3. Now this can be anything, so I could do file file touch, file A, touch, file zebra, or whatever, like anything. Now I have a bunch of these weird file things. If I do move star or file star into dog and do an ls, it moves all of them into dog. Now what else I can do is, for example, I could just move some of them. So for example, let's say in file I want to do, say I only want to move star and then, I don't know, an A. So what would happen is it would look for 0 or more, I believe. So I think this should move file A if I'm not wrong. Let's see what it does. Okay, it does move file A. So what this is looking for is it's looking for any number of letters in between file and A. It found 0, so it matched this. So basically the star expands. It's known as expanding, and it puts any number of characters that you can think of as a pattern, and you're trying to see if a string meets this pattern, and if it does this command on it. And to meet the command, you can fill in any number of characters where the star is placed. So in this example, it did nothing. But I could also have done move dog. I could do file star ZA star, and notice this meets that pattern. Let's do a better example. Let's get rid of. Okay, so that this meets this example because you see the characters FI, and then there's these characters which are matched by this first star here, and then you see a ZA, then all these are matched by this star. And then I move it here. This can be a little tricky. This is something you want to play around with and try to get used to. You're not going to get your first try, try moving stuff around, start playing with that. You'll get used to it. I find this super helpful when I'm working with kind of Python files or C++ files or C files, and I just want to touch everything that has that extension. So for example, let's say I have A.C, B.C, maybe C.C, B, F, or maybe we'll just do D.C. So now I have all these C++ files potentially, and let's say I want to move them all. That will match any characters that ends in a C extension, and then I can then move it wherever I want, for example, dog. And it's not just the move command. This is any command you can type and do this. For example, I can remove all those files. Let's do an ls on dog. We see all these C++ or all these C files, but I could remove them. I could do dog star.c. And now we do an ls on dog. They're all gone. They're all dead. Another thing, if you do just star, it'll match everything. So if I, for example, did remove RF star, it would kill everything. It's all gone. A is gone, B is gone, dog. What happened is it ran remove RF on every single file here, and it killed everything. So that's the really cool part. You can put it, anywhere with any command, and it'll expand, and it makes it generic for generic number of files. So wildcards are super powerful, super cool. Make sure play around with this, get used to it, because it's very handy when doing different commands.